Welcome to the cause. I'm back again. Yeah, said this before. I'm like a bad habit, always popping up again at the least expected time. Led Zeppelin. I'm quickly finding out that I have to keep the shades on. They're just too cool for school. You know what I'm saying? Can't sit up in the classroom with glasses on, especially sunglasses. Maybe prescription glasses you get from the clinic or something like that. Maybe even transition lenses. But you cannot, I don't believe, maybe with AI and stuff like that in classrooms and teachers being lenient and lax and stuff like that, they might be able to wear sunglasses now. But when I was growing up, you couldn't wear sunglasses in class. So, like I say in every single Led Zeppelin reaction, Doc and Marty in the DeLorean going back in time. Man, just thinking about the songs I already done. Stairway to Heaven, Ramble On, and a couple of days ago I did Cashmere. Crazy, cryptic, stupendous songs. Just something that you just don't find anywhere in music in any era. I mean, like I said before, Pink Floyd, an amazing group of men. I cannot hold them down at all. They're just one of a kind. Pink Floyd is one of a kind. And I think that Led Zeppelin is one of a kind now that I'm listening to them. I just haven't heard anything. They're different than Pink Floyd this way. Energy, pure energy. And their lyrics, I believe, are just as cryptic, if not more cryptic. I'm not even joking. Them talking about talking to the elders and sitting down with a gentle race, and them being sent upon the sea of time and space with no provisions. In Kashmir, they said that they were sent to this desert place. They lost their way back to the Garden of Eden, or Kashmir, which is a place of paradise on earth. Listen, man. And then the musicality, the instrumentation. Jimmy Page, John Bonham, and John Paul, and Robert Plant singing is absolutely unmatched. Unmatched. I'm saying it's unmatched. From what I know, there may be artists out there that top Led Zeppelin, which I highly doubt. I really think that they're the godfather of this thing called rock and roll. I really do. That's just my personal opinion. From what I've heard so far, from the three songs only. That's crazy. Stairway to Heaven, Ramble On, and Kashmir a couple days ago. I'm not going to get too fixated on those three songs today because I have to move forward. I'm going to get into a song that was recommended when I first dropped Stairway to Heaven. And the song was called Dazed and Confused. And I don't want to be kicked in the head and become dazed and confused because I hadn't done what the woman asked me to do. Because she was talking about becoming Bruce Lee. You know what I'm saying? Not Chong Li, the female fighter and Street Fighter. But she wants to become a straight dude on me, just like, you know what I'm saying? She was talking about, liberation, equal rights, and all that type of stuff. You know what I mean? She's like, listen, put me in the front of the line, But it's not really her being at the front of the line, but she asked me to do it. So I'm going to appease her. And other people have asked me to do it as well. So I'm going to get into Dazed and Confused today. But before I do, I want to give a shout out to all my subscribers. You guys have been the absolute best. Checking on me, like I said before in my last video when I did Cashmere. You guys have just been there for me, every step of the way. My day ones, even. From way back to Pink Floyd when I first began this channel about maybe 9 months ago. You guys have been the absolute best. Very kind, very generous, very considerate. Words are hard to come up with to describe the absolute generosity of your hearts. I'm just so thankful. I truly am. And to those who are not subscribed to my channel, I would really appreciate your subscription. But without further ado, let's get into Dazed and Confused.
not true. Wanted a woman, never bargained for you. Lots of people talking, few of them know. Soul of a woman was created below. Sweet baby.
dazed and confused for so long. Where do I start? Like, women were created below. He never bargained for her. He lied, they hypnotized. Know where she's been, but don't know where she's going. In the end, he gave her the bill. That was so eclectic. So many genres of music in one song. It almost reminds me of Bryn Gill. Man, they had rhythm and blues, and then they went into this psychedelic type of sound, and then they started to rock out. Robert Plant's voice is like hypersensitively unique. It's like, I said Ozzy Osbourne, but no. He has this, I don't even know how to describe it. It's so, I don't know how to describe it. It almost draws you into whatever he is saying. John Boham went completely berserk on the drums. Like a monkey, an orangutan, just some type of primate going absolutely bananas. You know what I mean? Ben, the new movie. There's something wrong with Ben. I'm telling you right now, this guy went to a different stratosphere. And then Jimmy Page. Listen, man. Wait, hold on, man. I was getting a little bit too tight on my neck. Jimmy Page, man. What? That dude plays the guitar like he's possessed. Like the Exorcist or something, you know what I'm saying? I don't know. I'm not going to start playing around with anything like that because that's something I do not do. Like me just joking around about, spiritual things. I don't do that. But he seems as if he channels some type of energy, and just let it do what it does. And he just goes with the flow of it. And he just becomes one with the guitar. Absolutely mind-boggling. I'm talking about like the Titanic hitting the iceberg, sinking, and coming back to the surface again and going towards its destination. That type of amazement, man. Jimmy Page is like, bro. Man, dude. It's like his whole body goes into a seismic activity. Tectonic plates moving in his hands and limbs. And he just, what? Man, dude. Clinical, man. Surgical precision, man. Crazy. It doesn't even sound like a person is playing that with their hands. I know there are guitarists out there that could probably emulate what he's doing, But he did this back in the 70s. I think this song came out in 1975, if I'm not mistaken. What the? My goodness, dude. The lyrics are basically talking about, to my understanding, I mean, these are very upfront lyrics. Very upfront lyrics, you know what I'm saying? Like, a man struggling, you know what I'm saying, to keep his state of mind because of a woman that's in his life, you know what I'm saying? She's not being like forthright with him or not being honest with him, but he's just addicted to her, you know what I'm saying? But in the end, he says that he gave her the bill, like, yeah, you know what I'm saying? I'm not doing this anymore. I can see why this song is so recognized. I never heard this song before. Never even heard the instrumental, anything of the song before. I am totally flabbergasted right now, man. It's like someone took a shovel, put it to my forehead, and started digging until they got to my pineal gland. And they just started like messing around with the neurons. You know what I mean? My synapses. Like, look, we're going to move this way, that way. The positron and the electron. As soon as they're observed, they become particles. You know what I mean? Split experiment. And then, when you're not looking at them, they become a wave. And then they got you hypnotized. You're following the flow of what they're doing. Listen, I can't even describe. I'm using this scientific analytical processing to talk about music. I said the other day, they're like the cold spring waters coming down from the Caucasus Mountains over a bottomless waterfall. Whether the black hole is swallowing that, I don't know. Whether there's a rabbit hole in that black hole, I don't know. All I know is that they are something that are to be contended with when it comes down to rock and roll music. Like I said, I don't know much about Led Zeppelin. The only thing that I'm getting right now is these tidal waves of inexplicable music. Percussion, strings, vocals, organ. Like, yo, tsunami of brilliance. Tsunami. I don't know anything about their personal lives. You know, people have opinions about everybody. They never said themselves what they were and were not. That's why I don't get into some of the comments that I do get. I try to avoid it because I don't want to be controversial. I don't know them personally. You know, I'm reading other people's comments. I'm reading about who they may or may not be because I'm a strong person of faith. I already mentioned this in other parts of my videos that I've done on Led Zeppelin. There are a lot of things that I could regurgitate right now that I've read in the comment section for and against Led Zeppelin. But I don't want this to become a great controversy. I'm looking at the lyrics as if I'm studying an exam book, doing research for a quiz. And that's something that everybody should do. We all should look into things to find out what it is. Because if we don't, we'll find ourselves in folly, being ignorant, falling into a trap, you know? How can we teach if we don't know? How can we lead if we don't go? That's an old axiom. That's all I'm saying. I've been talking for a minute. I've been ranting for a while, rambling on and on, all that good stuff. But I must say, cut, time out, time's up. Led Zeppelin. Whoa, man. To all my subscribers, I really appreciate you guys. I appreciate all my new subscribers as well. You guys are absolutely wonderful. Real talk. And to those who are not subscribed to my channel, I would really appreciate your subscription. Leave a comment below, leave a like, share this video. And until next time, deuces.